Welcome back to Combat Mission Cold War of New Hope. We will start with some ATGM versus M60 action and back up a bit to turn 19 for this sequence. When my left M60 took out the BTR in the center of the town, CC's ATGM got a missile off. But the M60 backed away and the missile exploded into some trees, pinning some scared green infantry. On turn 21, a new ATGM on the back right came out of hiding. In my CM1 days, I had a reputation as the luckiest player at the Blitz, and it seems that luck has carried over to CM2. The ATGM fired at the M60 and got a hit. I've never seen an M60 survive any Soviet anti-tank contact, but this M60 rolls away with only minor subsystem damage. On turn 22, the M60 rolls back and successfully fires a smoke round in front of that right ATGM. But I exposed the M60 turret to the left ATGM, which fired over the first set of trees, between the second set of trees, and destroyed the M60 just before it got behind cover. Despite that disappointment, the battle is going well across the rest of the map. On the left, on turn 21, the lead light machine gun team crosses into the first house, while the second team and the platoon HQ follow on behind. At the same time, portions of two other platoons also advance on the left. I take some long-range grenade launcher fire, but that actually makes me happy since those grenades are not falling on my men in the center road. On turn 22 and again on turn 23, the troops slowly advance. I'm worried about getting ambushed by Soviets that have never revealed themselves. But it turns out the only Soviets on this side of the map is that lone machine gun team in the foxhole. On turn 24, long-range coaxial machine gun fire from an M60 finally takes out one of the two Soviets. And the last one decides he has had enough and makes a run for it. The problem with green troops is that they can't hit anything, so unfortunately this guy lives to see another day. Which could be a problem. One guy with an AK could hurt me since I have so few men over here. On turn 25, I pass the burning T-64, and it seems no crew has survived to gun me down. Over on the right, even though I let mortars fall in this position for all of turn 20, I let them fall for all of turn 21 also. It might be a little excessive, but I just don't have time to lose these troops and to fight for this position any longer. On turn 22, I order what I hope is the final assault on these sandbags. Thankfully, the mortars did their job, and I get a hard spot on the soupy remains of that pesky Soviet machine gun team. So finally, at the end of turn 24, the two remaining men of the grenade launcher team make it to the sandbags, with all of 60 grenades remaining. Fortunately, I do have another team ready to reinforce them. And now the main thrust in the middle. It is methodical and slow grunt work, with AFVs on the ridge behind blasting any Soviets they can spot. 1st Platoon C Company is in the vanguard. 1st Platoon B Company is staging in these trees. I also have a number of orphan HQ units pressing forward. On turn 22, as my troops continue to push forward, CC ambushes a light machine gun team in open ground for the first time as they try to advance closer than 100 meters to the objective. But I'm starting to saturate this area with troops, and I'm immediately able to return fire. Here's another view of 1st Platoon B Company at the top of the ridge, and 1st Platoon A Company, which is my best platoon with 2 full squads of higher experienced troops, moving into position behind them. On turn 23, I move some orphan HQ units into the farmland to my right, while I move a grenade launcher team here to get line of sight on the Soviet ambush spot. Meanwhile, the last T-64 comes rolling into the center of town. This isn't good news, but it also isn't completely terrible. The T-64 will definitely be able to kill some of my men, but I feel like I already have enough width in this area, and the T-64 fires too slow to be able to stop everyone. Furthermore, the problem with AFVs in town for CC is the same problem that I would have had if I had tried to rush tanks into town, and that is that there are too many angles for hidden ATGMs. On turn 24, I push forward again. Before starting on their move order, for some reason this squad fires their only 2 laws at a building. Not a great choice with a T-64 in the area, but I don't know that laws actually destroy T-64s, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. One green infantryman with an M16 makes it to within 30 meters of the objectives. I also have moved a mortar team up to the nearest ridge, and mortars start to fall on the Soviets in town. The mortars won't cause many casualties to the Soviets in the buildings, but they will cause some suppression, which is really all I need at this point. On turn 25, the Soviet beast shows up and blasts a light machine gun team to oblivion. And, more concerning actually, automatic grenade launcher fire starts landing on my path of advance in the center. The T-64 backs away from its forward position, but I have line of sight on it from a Dragon team that is hiding with a short target arc on my far left. An HQ unit gets to the front of the farmer's field. A heavy machine gun team is deploying in this barn. I forgot that it's a 2-minute process inside a building. And I believe that the new Soviet grenade launcher team is in this building here, which will be a turn 26 target for my AFVs. I've been extremely cautious with my advance so far, maybe too cautious. It's one of my persistent problems in games with short time limits. So for turn 26, I order 2 teams to charge to the objective while everyone else advances or provides covering fire. We will see how it goes.